DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Congratulate you, Hall of Famers. So honored to be in the presence of radio royalty.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
It's a big deal.
I think that y'all have a certain amount of respect for, what everybody else does, and y'all are just the best at what y'all do.
We love y'all, man. Thank you for being the people's champs.
Probably the greatest.
All three of y'all.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday.
Back from a long holiday weekend. Well, not long enough, but longer than usual.
Yes, had a great weekend. How was everybody's weekend?
It was great. I was out and about.
Oh, we know.
I was in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
CDC
You're not following CDC guidelines.
CDC guidelines saying if you have COVID 5 days.
No. According to CDE guidelines.
Oh,
CDE guidelines. She's supposed to be wearing a mask this week.
Well, if
5
indoor,
days.
it says indoors, you wear a mask.
You
I
was
outdoors.
Where you at right now?
Yeah, so.
Where you at, Yee?
For 5 days, so 10
Is
days.
there a convertible on this building?
But I've been testing negative, so you guys shouldn't be able to get it from me.
Oh, boy.
Those are CDE guidelines.
CDE guidelines. Jeez.
Y'all want me to go home?
Oh, yeah.
You done contaminated everybody by now.
I already got it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Look at Eddie.
Everybody's 6
Eddie
feet
wearing
away.
his mask.
Eddie wearing his mask.
Our producer Eddie, the only one wearing a mask. He ain't give nobody else a heads up.
Eddie ran out
I ain't
of here.
seen Eddie in here in a mask in forever. Now all of a sudden you got a mask on. Threw something in here and walked out.
Shout out to Donnell Rawlings, who did an amazing weekend in Yellow Springs, Ohio. He was performing in Dayton at the Wiley's Comedy Club. Then he had a kickball game, the Streets versus the Creeks. I was captain of the Streets, and we beat their team. They were previously undefeated, but fortunately this time we won. So, yes.
Well, shout out to everybody in Aruba. I was in Aruba Friday and Saturday. They have the big festival there each and every year. Soul Beach Festival is what they call it. Who performed? Mary J. Blige performed this weekend. New Edition performed this weekend. Ari Lennox performed. I was DJing. It's just a great event. A good time. Mike Epps performed comedy. It was just really dope. Shout out to them. And then after that, I flew over to DR and did something out in DR.
You flew home.
I did not fly home.
One of my
You went
friends told
home.
me he was on the flight with you from DR.
They said you was on there talking the language and everything.
Nah, you know what, though? Every time I come from DR, they pull me, though. Every time. They think my passport is fake. They think I'm trying to sneak into the country.
They want to know why you don't have dual citizenship. They want to know how
Every
come you don't have dual
time.
citizenship from your homeland.
Every time. So, yeah, DR was the same. They definitely pulled me, went through my bags, made sure the passport was mine and everything. I don't know what they be looking for, but they pulled me DR every time. But I had a great weekend.
That's
so
crazy
shout out to
they
everybody
treat you like
that's in
that
this
at home.
week. No, stop it, man. So I had a great weekend, and then we got back, took the kids to Legoland, which is, I didn't enjoy it. Kids didn't enjoy it either. Said it was kind of trash.
What, Legoland?
Yeah.
Huh? Make them watch the Lego movie at home. They'll enjoy that much more.
Yeah, I don't think it was for you to enjoy.
Nah, the kids. I said the kids didn't enjoy it.
He said, me neither.
I didn't enjoy it either. Yeah, because I love when I go to Disney. I love the kids' rides. That's the fun stuff about it. But anyway, let's get the show cracking. Front page news. What we talking about?
Man, the one thing I regret about not being here in New York was not being able to go see Gervonta Davis fight Rolando Romero at the Barclays. So we'll talk about the fight over the weekend.
All right, and this morning we're giving somebody $1,000. All right, now we're gonna call someone this morning, so keep it locked in. I'll shout out to our friends at U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. So we got some money coming for somebody. All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news. Now, the Boston Celtics beat the Miami Heat Sunday 100-96. They move on to the finals. They play, of course, the Golden State Warriors. Game 1 is Thursday, June 2nd.
Miami battled, though. You know what I mean? Like, especially because I didn't think Miami would get out of Game 6 and force a Game 7 in Miami, but they did.
Yeah, they sure did. So,
But
congratulations to them.
I thought the Celtics would win this series. Celtics Warriors going to be a good series, though.
I'm not a hockey fan, but everybody's telling me the Rangers beat the Hurricanes, right? 6-2. So they go to now it's the Stanley Cup they're playing? Not yet? Eastern Conference Finals. You can tell I don't watch hockey.
He's made anything up.
Who does? I mean, a lot of people do, but who does in this room?
No,
I do got a homeboy who really got into hockey a lot lately. Salute to my man Kaz, man. Dropping the clues bombs for Kaz. Kazim.
I heard the
really
games
gotten
are
into
really
hockey
fun
lately.
to go to.
He be at the games. He be rocking the jerseys.
That's
like
dope.
he's really into the Rangers games lately.
All right, what else we got, Easy?
All right, well, also over the weekend, Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolando Rolly Romero entered the ring at the Barclays. They both were undefeated, and Gervonta Davis won with a TKO in the 6th round, so congratulations to him. We saw them before the actual fight. You saw the little push Gervonta Davis gave Rolando Romero. And then Naomi Osaka also was at the fight, and she was talking about there was a crowd stampede. 10 people got injured during that. Apparently, there was a loud noise. People started running, thinking that it was a gunshot, but it wasn't. And she had posted, I was just in the Barclays Center, and suddenly I heard shooting and saw people running. Then we were all being yelled at that there was an active shooter, and we had to huddle in a room and close the door. I was so effing petrified, man. And then she said, I really hope everyone made it out safely. Since I'm tweeting this, we made it out okay. Now, according to authorities, they said that a Barclays Center security supervisor told ESPN there was a person with a gun in the main plaza that led to a stampede back into the arena. Multiple people transported to hospital. Officials estimated approximately a dozen injuries. But after a full police investigation, they said there were no shots fired. And just people were on edge because of all these mass shooting incidents that have been taking place.
But you mean there was a gun in the lobby? Like somebody tried to get a gun in?
Listen, according to authorities, nobody actually saw a gun. You know what happens. There's a loud noise, then all these stories circulate. So now they're saying there was no shooting, after a full investigation. Fortunately, everybody's alive.
Yeah, I love going to the fights at the Barclays, but I promise you, watching that on Saturday night and the way my social anxiety is after COVID, I don't feel like I missed nothing because there was a lot going on. It seemed like there was scuffles in the crowd. Mm-hmm. So it was like as you're watching the fight, you're seeing people in the crowd stand up and you don't know what's quite going. You don't know what quite is going on. It's like, ugh.
Now, did you watch the fight? Because
You're damn right.
They said Romero was winning the first couple of rounds?
Romero says that.
I'm not going to say he was.
The box office was saying it. Well, not whatever they call the scoreboard.
Yeah, they had some box scores that had him up, but he made it seem like he was dominating the fight. I don't think he was dominating the fight, but.
Hey, you get knocked out, you get knocked out.
He got tightened up in the 6th round. Mm-hmm. He got cleaned up in the 6th round. That's all that mattered. Drop on the clues bombs for Tank.
Yeah, Tank knocked him right out.
All right. Also, over the weekend, hundreds of flights were canceled, and even to yesterday. So that disrupted the holiday weekend a lot. They said on Sunday alone, there were over 1,600 flights canceled, and upwards of 6,000 global flights have been canceled since Friday, with hundreds more delayed. They said Delta was heavily affected by the cancellations, with more than 500 domestic and international flights that were canceled Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. They said it was bad weather, air traffic control actions, and they were trying to cancel flights at least 24 hours in advance. So that would really suck to be going away for the holiday weekend.
Yeah, a lot of people, and the crazy thing is, like you said, a lot of people paid for hotels, and they won't be able to get their refunds if they didn't get the insurance. So a lot of people really, really lost out. I've seen people crying at the airports. It was their birthday. They were trying to celebrate their birthday. This was the only time they got off. It's very sad.
All right. Well, again, that is your front page news.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Let us know how your weekend was. Did you have a great weekend? Did you have fun? Or maybe you didn't do much. Whatever it may be. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
It's Yaz.
Hey, Yaz, get it off your chest. Good morning.
Yeah, man, I just want to talk about how my grandmother keeps doing all these cookouts and don't nobody help clean up.
Oh gosh, I feel you on that.
So she do all the work and then everybody just bounce. Take the leftovers and leave.
Yeah, they come in empty-handed. Black people don't bring beer, they don't bring food, nothing.
Well, when it's not your house, you got to give people directions. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, hey, y'all grab that, bring that over here, or just bring a big trash bag out and open it up.
Yeah, you got to make people clean up before they leave. While they're still there, they should be cleaning the whole time.
People should do that anyway. You should have to tell people that, though.
I was doing that at the cookout over the weekend. It's not my house or nothing, but I was like, let me get the garbage bag over here because
you should have came to my house. I've been doing this for 30 years. Like, I want to just get up and leave, too.
No, you're right.
Well, you got to start calling your family members out. You got to start saying their names, Yaz.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You wasn't there. You left at 2 p.m. The kid left. I'm tired of doing this by myself. I'm calling y'all out.
You can't let them leave. But that was your first mistake. You let them leave.
Should have let them go. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is AJ. Envy.
AJ, what up? Get it off your chest.
Man, my ex is trifling, bruh.
What happened, brother?
Well, guess what? She is getting married this month, and we had sex.
Sounds like you trifling too.
Congratulations to her, though.
Nah, I'm not. The crazy thing is, she was like, "Oh, we can get a hotel, blah blah blah," but you're getting married and you're cheating on your.
First of all, don't judge. Yeah, don't judge her because it takes two. Okay, don't judge her. And that was her little last hurrah before she jumped the broom. All right.
Do you want her back?
It sounds like he does.
You're an accessory to the infidelity, sir. You're an accessory to the crime.
Guess what? Let me tell you something.
Uh-oh.
If you're getting married, why would you want to cheat on your
Yeah, I feel like you only did this just so you can say this. I really feel like you only did this to hold us over our head.
How did you turn into the side piece after being the main?
Well, we were together for 2 years, and then we started parting our ways, all arguments, fights, cheating, and I was like, nah. It was too much for me, so I called it off, and then she got into a whole new relationship with this new guy.
I'm happy for her.
Okay,
he's hurt.
You get to do it for you.
Do you miss her?
No, I don't.
You lying, man.
Get off my phone, man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It's Tuesday morning, back to the work week, and this is the first thing that's on your mind.
You be ashamed of yourself humping on that man's wife like that.
Don't trust these females, bro.
Are you gonna tell it?
He's hurt.
Are you gonna tell her husband, her fiance?
Nope.
Okay. Well, then why'd you call this morning? You got it off your chest and now it's done. You never have to talk about it again?
Nah, it's not worth it.
All right.
You
man.
petty, bro.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Yes, you are. Have a blessed day.
He's hurt, man.
Black man, don't trust these females.
Man, shut up. Black men don't trust
What is wrong with him?
He's really hurt. Get off your chest. 800-585-1051.
That's a Black Men Don't Cheat remix. Black men don't trust these females.
I bet you he called the husband. I won't bet. I bet you next week he'll be like, I called the husband. I bet you. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, good morning. What's your name?
I'm Stacy. How y'all doing today? Good morning.
Hey, Stacy.
Stacy.
Get it off your chest.
I just want to get off my chest my gratefulness, and spread it to the world. Like, I feel really grateful leaving from my family's house in Myrtle Beach.
Hey.
And, really get to spend that much time together often. So I was really happy to see everybody. And my son got to hang out with all his nephews. And we had 3 generations in the household.
That's beautiful.
That's what it is.
That's what it's all about right there. I love Myrtle Beach, man. Salute to the 843.
Well, you have a fun time, all right? You have a good one, Mama. Back to work.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Riff from Chilltown, JC.
What up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I live down in Jacksonville. I want to give a shout-out to Jacksonville JAA for throwing an awesome jazz festival this weekend with Patti LaBelle, Stephanie Mills, Kim. They did an awesome job. It was my first time seeing Patty Pies, and Stephanie did a great job.
Them Patty Pies, boy.
Patty got breakfast now. Patty got pancakes and all kind of stuff. Yeah, man. Patti LaBelle ain't playing.
Oh, and please forgive me for not saying good morning to DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Good morning.
brother.
Love, King.
You have a good one, all right?
Sir. All right, y'all take it easy.
You too now. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Shakarla.
Hey, get it off your chest, Mama.
Okay, so I live in South Carolina.
What part?
I am in Charleston.
843, the Chuck, Charlie O.
Charlamagne, I just want to say thank you before I begin. I just want to say thank you to you because you paid for my breakfast when I was in college. I had no money.
What?
And I was a broke college student.
Oh, that's what's up.
I was out with friends, and you paid for my breakfast. I was studying chemistry. I had a couple of dollars, but you really came through. So I just want to say thank you.
Where was this at?
This was in Columbia.
Oh, that sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you.
All love.
But I just wanted to get off my chest. I work in the healthcare field, and I've been working through COVID and everything like that. But, I was getting good pay, but now they're starting to go back down on the pay in South Carolina, and I'm over it.
Damn. How they just gonna reduce your pay like that?
I'm just like, I'm over it. I tried to find other jobs here. I work in, just like cleaning the instruments for a surgery as well as assisting in surgery as well. But they just don't want to pay.
Well, let me ask you a question. Has the cost of living gone up in South Carolina?
Yes.
Ugh.
A one bedroom apartment, it starts at $900 to $1,000.
Lord have mercy.
Back, a while ago, it was like for a one bedroom, you pay like $600-700.
You ain't got to tell me. I had me a nice little one bedroom in a gated little apartment complex off of Farrow Road back in the day.
How much was it?
Okay.
Like $5.95 a month. I remember that vividly.
Thank you, Mama.
I had me a nice little furniture set that I paid $1,000 for. Was making payments on it. All black furniture set, glass table in the living room. Man, I was living that life, boy.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, y'all. What's up, Andy? What's up, you?
What up, Trav?
Hey, Trav.
Trav, what up, sis?
How y'all? How's everybody doing?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How
are you, Trav?
I'm doing good. Listen, y'all, I saw a meme. I saw a little tweet this weekend, right? And they said, don't you hate when somebody, when somebody wear a cologne that don't match their face, and you turn around and the person look like Sean Stone?
Oh, my gosh. I saw you and Sean Stone going at it.
You and Sean Stone was going at it?
What?
You said we going at it? But when a man smells good and you turn around and then the person look like Sean Stone.
I don't even remember what Sean Stone looks like, but I think that...
Call him up there and tell him he's the most positive person. And he made games.
Yeah, and Sean, you remember last week Sean said that Trav has monkeypox.
Oh.
No, but I did say he had monkeypox first.
Oh, you said he had monkeypox. Oh, I thought he said
look at
you had
owning
monkeypox.
it. Okay, Trav.
I did say that because I don't like him. And you told him to go right. Listen, I dissed him again, and whenever he want to make another song, I'm about to drag him again.
Lord have mercy.
But this time, going to the studio this time, Sean, no voice notes.
No voice notes.
All right.
You can't diss me over voice notes.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and what does Chance the Rapper and Anita Baker have in relation to each other? We'll tell you why she shouted him out during her concert.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, at a recent performance, Anita Baker thanked Chance the Rapper. He was instrumental in helping her get control of her master. She was in a long fight with her former label for control of the recordings, and she just emerged victorious last year. So she had, at that time, posted, "All my children are coming home. Impossible things happen every single day." Gratefully, she was able to regain control of that. And now she is in Vegas for a limited residency at the Venetian Theater. And I guess Chance the Rapper was in attendance in the audience. And here's what she had to say.
Would you guys say hello to a friend of mine by way of the music industry and by way of helping me? Yes. Helping me to get a hold and ownership of my master recording. Yeah. Mr. Chance the Rapper is right there.
Very honorable. Dropping the clues bonds for Chance the Rapper. That is dope.
And he's always said that artists should own their masters. And she had actually told people not to stream or purchase any of her music from the Elektra Records label due to the master recordings dispute. But now she's gotten control.
Yeah, I'd like to hear more information. I'd like to know how he helped. I'm sure that information could help other artists, you know?
He posted, "I saw one of the greatest performances of my lifetime last night. Thank you so much, Anita Baker, for being an inspiration and an icon to so many of us." And she responded, "Had no idea you would be in our midst. Such a nice surprise. Boy, tears to my eyes. Hope Miss Essence enjoyed her birthday." And he responded, "Wow, the fact that you remembered my friend's name and that it was her birthday just echoes what an incredible person you are. On top of all that, you've given artistically honored and blessed to call you friend, Miss Anita Baker."
Dope.
All right. Now, other weekend activities. Let's talk about it. Nia Long was trending, and that is all because the Boston Celtics are heading to the finals thanks to head coach, well, partly thanks to head coach Ime Udoka, who, by the way, is also her fiance. And here is what he had to say after making it to the finals.
I'm feeling good. It's been a long road, obviously, throughout this season. Feels like it was always meant to be this way. Difficult, obviously. 2 Game 7s in the last 2 series, and shows what I said about our group, that we fought through a lot of adversity this year, a resilient group, and tonight seemed to kind of typify our season.
They got engaged back in 2015. They first met in 2010 while he was an assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs. And they do have a son together who was born in 2011. And by the way, he also told Yahoo Sports that there were a lot of teams that passed on him before he ended up in Boston. And he said Detroit, Indiana, Cleveland. He said, I can go down the list. That was tough because I believe I was ready, but I couldn't be more proud to be part of an organization that's pushing for winning and championship.
Hell, he should have been the Nets head coach. He was the Nets assistant last year. Steve Nash, he's a much better coach than Steve Nash. Steve Nash is a terrible coach. I don't know why he doesn't get more slander for being a terrible coach, but salute that man. Yeah. Got the Celtics in the finals. Dropping the clues bombs for him.
Absolutely.
All right. Also over the
First
weekend,
year.
Shawnee O'Neal has married Pastor Keon Henderson in Anguilla. Congratulations to them.
It's my favorite place.
They got married on Saturday. There were about 200 guests, and she was escorted down the aisle by her 3 sons. So congratulations. She
That's
also
nice.
said, I just lost my dad in February, so I really struggled with how I was going to get down the aisle. Losing my dad in the midst of planning this wedding was a lot, so my sons handed me off. So congratulations to that happy couple.
Anguilla is a beautiful, magical place, one of my favorite places on this planet. I was wondering why everybody was in Anguilla this weekend. And it was Anguilla Day, so drop on the clues bomb for Anguilla. AXA.
All right, and Yara Shahidi graduated from Harvard University over the weekend also, so congratulations to her. She said, I've known I wanted to go to college since I was 4. By 17, I knew exactly what I wanted to study, and she graduated Friday. She and her proud parents celebrated this on social media. Her dad posted a selfie with her, and she did take like a break, 1 year off as an undergrad, but she went to school and studied at the university's social studies and African American departments. She told Vogue, Black political thought under a neo-colonial landscape. It's surreal to have finally hit this major milestone. I've known I wanted to go to college since I was 4. So big, huge deal. To imagine doing all that work outside of school, but still managing to graduate. She's only 22 years old.
So she really graduated.
Yeah.
She got the degree, not the
Oh, she really
certificate.
went there.
Yeah, she got the
A lot of Harvard certificates floating
No,
around.
she
Not
went
knocking
there.
nobody
She
who
took a
has
year
one.
off
But
and
Yes, you
then-
are. Yes, you are.
a little bit. But I'm just
yes, you are.
saying.
And also over the weekend, Top Gun Maverick broke Memorial Day weekend records with $156 million. The previous record was held for 15 years by Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. That earned $153 million.
I heard it's incredible.
Yeah? Anybody see it in here?
I didn't see it, but I heard it's incredible. You know, I feel like being that I didn't watch the first one way back in the day.
You never watched Top Gun?
No.
Oh, that's an amazing movie.
Well, good. I never
Take
was
My
into
Breath
it.
Away. That was my song from that.
Oh, I love that song. Take my breath away. But yeah, I never watched Top Gun growing up.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All right, we got front page news next. What we talking about?
Man, well, since you talked about Uvalde, let's talk about the Texas school shooter and a lot of mistakes that were made. Police have had to admit there were a string of failures when it comes to protecting that school and those children.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Unjunk your sleep right now with Mattress Firm's Hot Buys. Happening now. Queen mattresses starting at $169.99. Sleepy, Serta, Sealy, Beauty Rest, and more. All in stock for fast delivery. Visit a sleep expert at your local Mattress Firm store today.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news. Boston Celtics beat the Heat 196. Now they advance to the finals, which begins Thursday at 9 p.m.
Well, we got, Warriors was my preseason pick to win it all. So who you got?
Warriors.
I got the Warriors, too. I don't know in how many games, though.
Not me neither.
Part of me says 5, but the Celtics a little bit tougher than that, so maybe 6.
I think 6 games.
But if it went 7, it wouldn't surprise me either. Either way, Warriors winning.
Now, what else we got, Yeezy?
Well, let's talk about the massacre that happened at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. Authorities have admitted to driving past the gunman and other failures that they had in responding to that situation. Now, the Friday news conference that they had came after there were a lot of different inconsistencies in the story and a muddled timeline of law enforcement's response. They revealed that the gunman entered the school through a back door that he found propped open at 11:33 a.m., and he started shooting in classrooms. shots. At least 100 shots were fired based on the audio evidence at the time. Now, 2 minutes later, at least 3 police officers entered the same door that the gunman did. By 12:03 p.m., there were as many as 19 officers in the hallway. But it wasn't until 12:50 p.m. that the classroom where the gunman was shooting in was breached using keys from a janitor. That is when the gunman was fatally shot. So here is one cop revealing some of the fears that they had.
The active shooter situation, you want to stop the killing, you want to preserve life, but also one thing that, of course, the American people need to understand is that officers are making entry into this building. They do not know where the gunman is. They are hearing gunshots. They are receiving gunshots. At that point, if they proceeded any further, not knowing where this suspect was at, they could have been shot. They could have been killed. And at that point, that gunman would have the opportunity to kill other people inside that school. So they were able to contain that gunman inside that classroom so that he was not able to go to any other portions of the school to commit any other killings.
All right, now, a Texas official did admit in retrospect that there were a lot of things that they handled wrong that could have been handled differently.
Hey, with the benefit of hindsight, hey, stand by, hey, stand by, hey, stand by, all right? I got it, okay. Hey, from the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there, but I'm just telling you, from what we know, we believe there should have been an entry at that as soon as you can. Hey, when there's an active shooter, the rules change. It's no longer, okay, it's no longer a barricaded subject. We don't have time. You don't worry about outer perimeters. And by the way, Texas embraces active shooter training.
In addition, they also revealed that Customs and Border Protection forces who arrived at the school were frustrated about the failure to confront the shooter, and eventually they ended up going in. So there were as many as 19 officers inside the school more than 45 minutes before the suspect was killed.
I mean, it has to be a tough situation to be in as a cop, right? Especially if you're thinking to yourself, you know, that person has a bigger gun than I do. But that's also a prime example of why a civilian doesn't need an AR-15. When civilians got bigger guns than the police officers, man.
Well, that's what they said. They said that, you know, they didn't necessarily send them in as quick because they knew the person they thought they had body armor, they had bigger guns, and they couldn't make it through. But a parent doesn't want to hear that. They don't want to hear we're waiting. They want to hear you go in there and take out the threat. That's what anybody would want to hear.
That's why, protecting the serve has to come with a disclaimer nowadays. Okay, and I wonder if cops are getting trained for those kind of situations. Like same way they making kids do, you know, drills for active shooters. Do cops have active shooter training? Do they even know what to do in those kind of situations?
Yeah, no, they do. They absolutely positively do. Yeah. Okay. But if you're the first cop on the scene and you have a pistol and he has an AR-15, there's no training. You can't, you know what I mean?
I doubt you would just rush in there.
All right. Well, the first services for the children, the 19 children whose lives were brutally extinguished, happened yesterday. Those were the first of the services.
And if y'all gonna keep pouring money into these police departments, and you militarizing a lot of these police officers, it should be for situations like that, not for us regular civilians walking around, right? Like if they're supposed to hear that active shooting happening and show up in all their military gear and, you know, robots and everything else they be using nowadays. The police, us regular civilians.
It takes a little time, I'm sure, to get the squad together when they get those calls, but not over an hour.
All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee.
Just the fact that a civilian got a bigger gun than a police officer is wild.
All right. Well, when we come back, 800-585-1051. Play some music. Now, last week, our very own Angela Yee, she did not come to work because she had COVID.
Wow. Oh, wow.
That's what she said.
Wow.
So she told us that she had to take 5 days off. Next 5 days, she would have to wear what, Charlamagne?
She did say a mask.
A mask for 5 days.
I didn't know this was happening, Yee.
800-585-1051. Got a lot of calls. People wanted to know why was Angela Yee out and about with no mask.
You got a lot of calls?
A lot of texts, a lot of DMs. People hit me on the side.
God,
was like, this is not
I didn't
right.
receive any of those, Yee, if it's any consolation.
People don't like you, Charlamagne. But yes,
we
got a lot of calls. Was Angela Yee right? 800-585-1051. She did not wear a mask all weekend long, and that's
what were the people calling you? What were the people saying to you when they was calling you?
Yeah, show us some of these.
I don't have to show you. I'll show you my evidence.
What were they saying, though?
They said Angela Yee did not wear her mask. She's going against the CDC COVID guidelines, and that there should be a penalty.
Really? People said that word for word?
Yeah, who are these people?
People. Don't worry about who these people are.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I only got that from one person, and that was DJ. I cannot lie to you on the stand. The only person that sent me anything like that this weekend was Rashawn Case.
800-585-1051. Was Angela Yee being responsible this weekend? She was out and about playing kickball and dropping it low and all that other stuff.
Dropping it low?
What are you talking about?
The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, last week, Angela Yee, our very own Angela Yee, had COVID. And the COVID protocols are what are they, Angela?
It says if you are, let me see. Well, avoid people who have weakened immune systems or are more likely to get very sick from COVID at nursing homes and other high-risk settings. And it says that you should isolate for at least 5 days from the date of your positive test.
And then 5 days after that, it says wear a mask. Is that what it says?
I don't see that here. It said if you had symptoms.
We got that from you.
You the one that said.
You told us that last week. You said that you got to be out for 5 days quarantine, and then when you test negative, you got to be indoors with a mask on. That came from those were CDE guidelines.
You should wear a well-fitting mask.
What do you have to say for yourself, Angela Yee? You were out and about. You were dropping like it's low. You was playing kickball.
Dropping like it's low.
Whatever it is. You was at comedy shows. I don't know. I don't think you were very responsible this week, Yee.
I had a mask on at the comedy show, and on the plane, and in the airport. I was outside.
Oh my goodness.
Literally.
Yeah, you was outside, literally. Well, did you have a good time? You could have infected people.
I had an amazing time. We played kickball. I was playing volleyball. I was running.
I don't know.
I feel back to normal.
I don't know if you were responsible, Yee. Supposed to be 2 weeks down.
And I did test to make sure I was negative.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up? It's the Repo Man.
Repo Man.
What's happening, King?
We're talking about Angela Yee. You know, Angela Yee, she was a little reckless. 1 week she had COVID, next week she's out and about.
She out of pocket. She should have been at home chilling.
You know what? I'm going to stay at home this week. You guys are right.
Too late now.
No, I got to make sure.
Go home right now.
We're already affected. Hello, who's this?
Shelly.
Hey, Shelly, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, was Yee being irresponsible?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because they don't care about COVID like they used to. That's why.
Well, I mean, you've got to think about it. We've had stadiums with millions of people in them. There's been no COVID. It's very convenient when they want you to wear a mask, and that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, are you taking this witness on your side? I'm just asking.
I mean, you know, we're not judging.
Okay, all right. He said there was stadiums with no COVID. Hello, who's this?
You said we're not judging. Of course you wouldn't judge yourself.
What's going on? Why y'all gotta slander my Auntie Yee, man? Why y'all gotta slander Auntie Yee? Hey, she been out since before, man, since the pandemic started. Auntie Yee done been to Jamaica and everywhere, man.
You're right, I have. But I tested all the time.
Yeah. Hey, she don't care, man. It's all good. Leave her alone, man.
She don't care. She don't care that she out here just spreading it.
But I will say, at least when I started feeling like, okay, I'm a little under the weather, I took a test because I didn't want to come in here just in case. I test all the time. Then I tested negative.
Thanks, Yee. 800-585-1051. Angela Yee. Is she being responsible or irresponsible? Last week she tested positive for COVID. Now, all of a
I
sudden...
could have just came in here coughing on y'all.
She did quarantine all last week.
5 days. But then she said 5 days she would have to wear a mask.
That's right.
Well, I didn't see no mask in sight on her story.
Well, I tested myself. I was negative.
I don't know.
But I thought according to CDE guidelines, it was quarantine for 5 days, and then for the next 5 days after testing negative, you have to wear a mask when you're out and about.
Let's talk about it. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We're back to work. Now, we're in Breakfast Club court right now because our very own Angela Yee, last week she tested positive for COVID. She said she had to be out for 5 days and then 5 days wearing a mask. But Angela Yee was out and about, kicking and strutting and dropping and all that other stuff.
And what is you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about.
She was doing a whole bunch of it all on her Instagram story.
You sound jealous.
Is she responsible or not? Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Keith from Brooklyn, you heard?
Keith from Brooklyn, you heard?
Yo, what's going on? Yo, so, I think Envy is tripping. You know what I'm saying? She didn't need to really wear no mask. She's boosted, right?
Yes, I'm vaccinated and boosted, and I tested negative twice.
But it ain't about her, it's about the other people.
It's about other people. See this. Now think about 2 years ago when you would make a statement like that. You'd be like, "It ain't about you. It's about other people. That's why you got to wear a mask." So
Well, a lot of people have had it already and also vaccinated and boosted. It's a lot different.
Yeah, and as a New Yorker, I mean, honestly, we outside, bro. I don't know.
If you don't care, just say you don't care.
I just saw Fabulous over the weekend. I had a great time this weekend. I had a great weekend. So
You saw who this weekend?
Fabulous and Rowdy Rebel.
All right. Well, if Fab and Rowdy Rebel test positive for COVID, you gave it to him.
Goodness gracious.
And
Hello,
nobody
who's
else around me got it.
Hello, who's this?
Who's that? All
right, bro. Talk to us.
Hey, man, she wrong. She shouldn't be there. She was out there playing kickball and everything this weekend.
Kickball. Donnell, by the way, got injured in the first inning.
How you get injured playing kickball?
He has ice in his leg, and then he couldn't play anymore.
Hello, who's this?
Hey guys, it's Sandra, the Haitian therapist.
Hey, Sandra, the Haitian therapist, and we're talking about Angela Yee. Now, she was out and about chilling this weekend after just having COVID, man.
So I actually just got back from Belize and with my friend. My friend tested positive and I tested negative, so she had to stay in Belize for 5 days. And when she came back, she wasn't wearing a mask, and she's a nurse.
Okay.
And so really, if it's not an N95, it's not doing anything. I know people love the surgical mask, but it's not doing anything if it's not an N95.
So was he right or wrong? I don't know where we at with it.
No, well, she's fine. If she tested negative, then she's fine.
I tested negative twice.
There's no infection period, so she's not going to infect anybody. And I doubt people are walking over here with the N95 anyway, so she is fine.
Thank you. That's from a doctor and her nurse friend.
Yeah, that's from a doctor and a nurse friend.
We're just going off CDE guidelines that Angela Yee laid out last week.
So what is the new guideline, CDE? So we know.
The guidelines are, well, I think in particular, I did isolate for 5 days.
That is true.
And then I actually pushed my trip back just to give myself another extra day to be at home. And then I went out there and I was outdoors. I tested negative twice before I left on Thursday and Friday. And so that period of contagion should be over.
I thought it was 14 days, though. I thought the period of infection.
Changed. Where you been,
Plus,
man?
I'm also vaccinated and boosted.
That changed like a year ago.
I don't think y'all know.
No, it did
change.
I don't think y'all know.
Now it's 5 days. You gotta chill out for 5 days.
No.
If you're vaccinated,
I thought you still could be infectious for up to 14 days.
If you're
even vaccinated.
If you're vaccinated, no.
I don't know about that.
Now you're confused.
Well, exactly. I'm not listening to her because she said that she's supposed to be wearing a mask all this week. That's what she just said last week, by the way.
Ah, man. All right. Well, yeah, I just want to say you were irresponsible.
So what's the verdict?
She's guilty.
It felt like from the callers, it doesn't feel that way.
Oh, my goodness. We got rumors on the way.
It wasn't really up to you, Judge. Yes, and what was going on with Dio Hughley and Monique? The two of them are going back and forth on social media. They should be in Breakfast Club court.
Yeah, why can't they just call each other? They should have just called each other, got all their facts together,
something,
and then put it all out. They confused me. It was too much to read. But we'll get into it next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. All right. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Back to the work week on this Tuesday.
Yes, I'm over here going through some packages. I was quarantined at home for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a lot of online shopping because I didn't really have much to do. I'm not used to being home like that.
So you did with your shop?
Yeah, so I had a bunch of stuff sent here, so I was going through everything just now. Just, And again, I was in Yellow...
Why'd you send it here?
Because people steal packages at my house all the time. And so I don't like to get stuff delivered there. Then I got to watch them on the ring, watch what they're doing.
Gotcha.
But I do want to shout out to everybody in Yellow Springs. In particular, my girl Tamala Payne came out. And, she's been on the Breakfast Club before. Her son was murdered by the police in Ohio, Casey Goodson Jr. She's still trying to get, she's just still trying to make sure that there's accountability there. So I just want to shout out to her. She actually came out to Donnell's show in Dayton, Ohio at Wiley's.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just nice for her to be able to come and do something fun for once. And so I just want to shout out to her.
Absolutely. And again, shout out to everybody in Aruba. I was out in Aruba this weekend. It was a big festival. I think this was the biggest one that they had. They have parties, white parties, pool parties. Mary J. Blige performed, Ari Lennox performed, Mike Epps did comedy, New Edition performed. It was just dope. It was just a dope event, amazing night. It was just a lot of black excellence out there. And then went over to DR. It was the same thing over there as well. A lot of black excellence. So shout out to everybody.
And you have black excellence at a white party. Just asking.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course, absolutely. Okay. But yeah, it was a great time. So I seen a lot of the OGs too. I seen Tom Joyner.
Mm-hmm.
He was out there.
Dropping a cool bombs for Tom Joyner, legend.
Radio legend, absolutely. Frank Ski, another radio legend.
Dropping a cool bombs for Frank Ski. Come on now. Now you talking my language.
I seen Kid Capri. Shout out to Kid Capri.
Yes,
Dropping a cool bomb for Kid Capri.
Of course, I seen who was just chilling, walking around the resort. Johnny Gill, he was walking around. Bobby Brown, Mike Biv, and his wife. It was so many people out there. And everybody just is just.
You covered them when you said New Edition.
Yeah, no, but they were performing, but they were just walking around like it was family. That was the dope thing, because usually you would think they stay up in their room to the performance time, but it was just like a big family event. Everybody was just going around, going to different restaurants, and it was like a big family affair. So
when you get that age, you ain't got time to be sitting in your room. You know what I'm saying? You got to enjoy every moment. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness gracious.
Especially on a resort. You know what I mean? When do they get the opportunity just to walk around and kick it like that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we got rumors on the way, Yee?
Well, let's talk about Monique and Dio Hughley. I don't know how all this beef started happening, but this all, I guess, kicked off in Detroit on Saturday, and we'll tell you what happened between the two of them.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right. Well, Monique and Dio Hughley were going at it over the weekend. This was all during a performance in Detroit at the Fox Theater. Now, Monique apparently said that she was supposed to be headlining and closing out the show. That is what she signed a contract for. Here's what she said on stage.
Contract said that a bitch is the headliner. Let me say it again. The headliner. That's what the contract says. Monique is to be the last person on the goddamn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the up for. I'm 30 plus years in this business, and I don't owe it for no goddamn body. The contract says the headliner. The contract says the headliner. The contract says the headliner. But and they'll usually turn into a bitch and then I ain't come on and say that.
Now, she called Dio Hughley a bitch and said that he would not perform if he was not the headliner and if she remained the headliner. This turned into a whole thing where Dio Hughley then responded and said, all you have to do is check the order of names on the ticket stub from last night and you'll see who's confused. Against my better judgment over the objections of my team and 4 other occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance and work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlamagne was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everyone else. It's you. Lesson learned. I don't have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh, not hear about your contract. Apparently, the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. Well, she then responded to him and said the fact that you point the people to the ticket stubs for the order of the name versus to your contract implies that you didn't have a contract that shows you are the headliner like I do. Either show your contract or be quiet. Stop messing with people who have never messed with you and who once considered you a comrade in comedy. But I thank you, DL, because you're the reason why I fight for my people like I do. Anytime you open for the Kings of Comedy and I was a headliner for the Queens of Comedy and you think you should close the show over me is a prime example of the bias that black women have to deal with in this business. I won't even discuss awards. I love us for real. And then he did show his contract, which he then said was a deal memo and not a contract. And she also said, if you notice, mine has signatures and DL does not. What type of ironclad agreement doesn't have the signatures? And then he commented on her performance agreement, and it was just a lot of messy back and forth with the two of them, I guess, on who was supposed to be the headliner. To me, it feels like an issue with whoever was promoting the show, not making things clear between the performers. But somehow this has turned into a whole public dispute with the two of them posting their contracts, their deal memos, contracts issued from their management company.
Well, question, who closed the show?
DL.
Oh, DL closed. Oh, so she did it before DL got on.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, man. Sounds like an issue that should be taken up with the promoter. Sounds like the promoter promised them both the same thing.
Right, and it looks like his deal was signed
the day after hers.
After hers, right. Hers was on March 28th. His was on March 29th. And people will put it in their contract that they have to be paid the most, that they have to headline a show. And if the promoter agrees to that and signs it, then that's what it's supposed to be. But I don't know what they promised Monique, if they promised her the same thing, but it feels like there was some type of lapse in communication. But it doesn't feel like something they should be talking to each other about, in a way. But yeah, so hopefully this is all laid to rest now. And some good news, Tyler Perry has a new $100 million mega mansion that he is building in Atlanta.
Motivation.
2,100 acres, 8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, 40,000 square feet. And it's over $100 million for him to be able to build that.
Now, if you want to live in a mall, just say you want to live in a mall, Tyler Perry.
I think about it, 8 bedrooms. You know what size those bedrooms are going to be?
Yeah, that's to be 8
There's
amazing
only 8 bedrooms in that house?
Yes. The bedrooms got to be humongous.
They got to be missing a 1 or something. You sure you mean to say 18?
It says 8 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms.
And Tyler Perry only got 1 kid?
8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms.
But I mean, maybe you don't need more bedrooms than that. You just want,
You know how big that is?
And I'm sure some rooms could double as a bedroom.
Why do you need more bathrooms than bedrooms?
Well, for guests.
Like, when people come in the house, you usually have 2-3 bedrooms.
Then you have a bathroom by the
downstairs,
pool, maybe.
Bathroom by the pool. You got a bathroom in the basement, a couple in the basement.
But at any rate, looks pretty amazing.
It does.
Dropping the clues about Tyler Perry. He just out here acting his wage. Okay.
And Tyler only got 1 kid. Just imagine all that space for 1 kid.
He out here acting his wage.
I love it.
Okay.
All right, now let's talk about T.I.'s son since we're in Atlanta. King, congratulations to him. He graduated over the weekend. But then he also had an incident at the Waffle House where he went on live and apparently he was having a heated exchange. And here's what happened.
I'm on live, Shawnee. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Come back. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come on. We out here. I'm outside. Okay. I'm outside. Come on, shake some.
He got his daddy energy. He got his daddy energy.
Well, I know T.I. has to think he's looking in the mirror. I mean,
my goodness.
But that was, yeah.
T.I. responded, though.
Raising kids is tough, especially when they get to that age, man.
Here's what T.I. had to say.
Man, of course I spoke with my son. Me and his uncles, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with the short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. And I had to explain to him that, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and people gonna posture themselves a certain way.
Let's just treat everybody with respect, whether it's the short order cook or the CEO, okay? And, if the short order cook or the CEO disrespects you, then, you return the energy.
Correct. It doesn't matter who it is.
That's it.
All right. I will say, though, I wouldn't want food from someplace after I started arguing with
Absolutely
somebody.
not.
I'd be like, you know what? Let me just get out of here.
That's rule number 1 you got to teach your kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't be arguing with nobody in no restaurant, okay? And not expect to still eat there after the fact.
Yeah, unless you have the food first.
Oh, my God. Yeah, if after you've eaten already and you get into it, cool. But not while they about to cook your food.
Like, I'm good. All right, well, that is your rumor report.
You wonder why they so calm back there and taking all that disrespect because there's boogers in your patty melt.
Jeez. All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to?
For after the hour. This is actually more of a discussion because I want to know. We'll talk about objections at marriages.
Okay.
You ever seen that? You got married. You remember that line, right?
Anybody objects in this place?
Yeah. What would have happened if somebody would have did that at your wedding? Let's discuss for after the hour.
They would have got jumped. But all right, we'll get into it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's DJ Envy here. The General Insurance will give you quality insurance for less, with great low rates and flexible payment options. Take a closer look at The General today. Call 800-GENERAL or visit thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee. Some restrictions apply.
I was born a donkey.
It's the donkey of the day.
Bunch of Now it's time for the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny.
Charlamagne the devil?
The Breakfast Club.
Oh, man, last day of May. Donkey of the day for Tuesday, May 31st goes to a woman whose name has not been revealed, but just know whoever she is, she plays too much. Okay, now I like to play. I love to laugh. I love a great prank, but it's a time and a place for everything. You have to read the room. Okay, and this woman didn't read the room, and she decided to do a prank, a joke at a very inopportune time. I was reading this story in the New York Post this morning, and the first line of the article is, everyone always says how awkward it would be if someone was to make an objection during a wedding ceremony. And I think we can all agree that is absolutely one of the most awkward things that could ever happen in life, right? Well, this woman decided to make the most of that line, okay? She didn't want, that line to be a throwaway. All right, now, according to the NY Post, this woman asked a question that I would love to pose to our listening audience this morning. She posted this on Reddit, and she posted, "Am I the a-hole?" She was simply trying to find out if her joke was funny. Well, what's the joke? What's the joke, Uncle Charlotte? She explains, my sister got engaged about 2 years ago. I don't hate her. We were never the closest of sisters due to our age difference, but we didn't hate each other. Her fiance, now husband, is a great man. I really am happy for them. So fast forward to the wedding ceremony. When the priest finally said, are there any objections? I stood up and I said, I object because this couple is way too cute for each other. She says, I really just said it as a joke. I thought it was something we could all laugh about at the reception, but I could visibly see the color drain off my sister's face the moment I stood up, okay? She said that her joke didn't really get any laughs, even after she did the comedic pause, okay? And her sister looked away pretending that she didn't care, but I knew she probably did. Is this harmless fun or disguised disrespect? I'll take disguised disrespect for 200, Alex, okay? Is the sister who did this joke married? That's what I would like to know, because if not, I need to know why she wants to shine so bad on her sister's day, okay? That's why I don't like that does anyone object line, because it leaves too much room for error like this. Now, the sister did sit her ass down after that lame duck joke, and she went to her sister at the reception to congratulate her, and the sister, rightfully so, spazzed on her. Told her that her joke wasn't funny and that I ruined her mood, her happiness, and her special day. And she had the audacity to tell her sister the prank wasn't even that big of a deal. Yeah, to you, because it wasn't your wedding, heifer, okay? Do you understand the anxiety you probably caused your sister, the groom, everybody there? When you stand up and object to their wedding, everybody looking around waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you come with silly-ass mom jokes? I object because this couple is way too cute for each other. You need cake in your face for that, okay? I mean, seriously, how thirsty for attention are you that you would do that to your sister on her big day? Now, there was a minister who commented on this story, and I didn't know this. They said that in some places, if someone objects during the ceremony, you're required to stop and investigate even if it's a joke. Some officials won't even continue the ceremony that day. OP could have literally derailed the whole wedding. Wow, I did not know, okay? You're supposed to get a joke like that off at wedding rehearsals. You're supposed to say, you're going to do something like that, at a dinner beforehand. You whisper to your sister days before the wedding and say, what if someone stands up and objects at your wedding? And then y'all chuckle at the absurdity, okay? But I honestly don't know why that line still exists in weddings. If anyone objects to the marriage, speak now, forever hold your peace. Why is that there? Why? Whoever inserted that line just likes to see drama. Whoever inserted that line eons ago probably has descendants in this generation that now work at the Zeus Network because they are masters at stirring up drama. There is absolutely no reason to wait until someone's wedding day to object to them being married. That should not be an option on the wedding day. That should not be on the menu at all. Furthermore, I never understood why we, give somebody that kind of power anyway. The only people who should be able to stop a marriage by objecting to it is the two folks getting married. Okay, trust me, anyone else with that kind of cachet, mom, dad, grandparents, they have expressed how much they object to the wedding long before the wedding day. So the only reason I personally believe that line, if anyone objects to the marriage, the only reason that's there is for suspense purposes. Gotta be. Keep everybody on their toes, because I don't see the point. Nor do I see the point of this sister doing this lame-ass prank, other than she was hating. Please give this sister who objected at her sister's wedding for a joke, the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Is she an a-hole?
Yeah.
Was her joke funny?
No.
And want to open up the phone lines, talk to the people?
I would like to hear.
All right.
Because I would like to hear who has this happened to. Has this happened before? Has somebody jokingly done this at a wedding before? Has somebody really had their wedding stopped because somebody objected? I want to know some of these stories.
There's always that one person that plays too much or goes too far.
I just don't even know why this line exists anymore. Like, there's no reason for it other than drama.
Okay.
Like, why would you wait until my wedding day to ask if somebody objects? Anybody got any problems? Speak way before wedding day.
All right. Well, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Have you seen this at a wedding before? All right. Maybe it was your wedding. Or maybe you were the person that said, I object. Let's talk about it. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey Day to who?
Man, there was a woman who objected to her sister's wedding, but she did it as a joke. She stood up and she says, I object to this wedding. And she did a comedic pause and said, because this couple is way too cute for each other. Nobody laughed. Sister got mad at her. I agree with the sister.
Yeah, I agree with the sister too. But, you know, a couple people texted me and said they wanted to play a game. Do we know what race it was?
I don't know what race she was, but by that joke, I'm going to say white.
All right.
By the execution of that joke and the way that joke sounded, I'm going to say white.
Now,
I don't even know why this line exists anymore. There's no reason for this line to exist, especially on wedding day. Don't you think that if somebody objects to your wedding, they should make that clear way before your wedding day? Why would you leave that open as an option on the actual day?
Yeah, don't play on my wedding day. Now, you've been to a couple of weddings. Has that ever happened to any of the weddings you've been to?
I've never seen anybody object to at a wedding, ever.
I've never seen it either. I've been to a couple. Charlamagne.
I've seen people whisper to each other like,
No, I've never seen that. Actually, when the pastor said that at my wedding, I said, I dare you. As soon as the pastor said it, I said, I dare you. I dare you. I don't even know who I was talking to. I just said, I dare you.
You said I dare. Okay.
I don't know why that line exists. Why is that there? It's there just because it's drama. It's because you want to keep people on their toes. It's suspense because there's no reason for that line to still be in weddings, especially on wedding day.
Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? This is Quay from Miami.
Now, Quay, you said your mother-in-law objected to you, bro?
Not at the wedding, but the night before.
What happened?
Well, at the time, I was maybe a year and a half removed from being a dope boy, and she thought that I wasn't worthy. As a matter of fact, those were her words precisely.
Damn. How'd that make you feel?
I respected her opinion. I was a year and a half removed from being a dope boy, and, she had no way of knowing what my future would look like. So she was just judging the book by its cover. I understand that.
Are y'all together now?
No.
Well.
Mommy was right.
Mom was right.
Not necessarily. We were together for 15 years.
Okay.
And we did some beautiful things. It just didn't work out.
Okay. All right, brother.
All right, my man.
Hello, who's this?
This is Keith from Houston.
Hey, Keith from Houston. What's going on? Talk to us.
Yeah, she was dead ass wrong, but at the same time, man, you know how that's the. I wanted to object on a marriage before, but honestly, I knew it wasn't a good time to do it. But they ended up getting divorced anyways. They were toxic.
So what happened? So you didn't object. You was about to, but changed your mind.
I knew my mom would raise hell, so I didn't do it. But at the same time, I was like, hey, man, I know they're not going to make it past 6 months.
Everybody does that, right?
Yeah, so I just did the right thing and shut up. But at the same time, hey, man, they didn't make it anyway. So, if I would have objected, probably would have just saved them some money,
Wow. Nick, good morning, Nick.
Yeah, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Good, Nick. Now, you think she didn't do nothing wrong, that lady?
Nah, she didn't do nothing wrong. It's just a bad joke. The reaction was wrong. You know what I mean? So if everybody had laughed, it would have been no problem.
The reaction was wrong.
Nobody laughed.
since nobody laughed, then it was just a bad joke.
Why would you do that at my wedding, though, bro?
Nick, you married?
People did. Now I'm engaged right now.
I see. Now imagine your wedding, right? Because this ain't funny when you get married. When you up there, you looking at your queen or your man, whatever it is, and they're reading the vows and everything, and then all of a sudden somebody cracks a joke during that time. Nah, don't crack a joke.
I mean, people gonna do jokes. You know what I mean? At weddings, they gonna try. People gonna dance. They gonna do all kind of stuff. It just depends on how the people react to it.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a joke at a wedding, but don't object to the wedding, goddammit.
No, don't joke during that part of the ceremony. Like nobody's dancing during that part of the ceremony.
I've been a best man at quite a few weddings. Salute to my cousin Kente and my man, DJFrosty.com. And there's been times where I act like I couldn't find the ring.
Everybody does that.
Okay,
that's
all right, okay.
I don't know where the ring is.
It's exactly.
That's kind of rude too, though. Everybody's already nervous. I don't know.
Pastor Chris told Frosty, you gotta be careful about who you ask to be in your wedding, Foster. All right.
My goodness. Well, 800-585-1051. Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
A woman who objected to her sister. She fake objected to her sister getting married. She was doing it as a prank.
All right. Now, was this woman right? Was she wrong? Have you ever been to a wedding where this has happened or somebody objected? Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day to who?
Donkey of the Day went to a sister who objected to her sister being married, but she did it as a prank. She did it as a joke. Her exact line was, I object to this wedding because this couple is just too cute for each other.
Did they say it just like that? Did she say it just like that?
I'm sure she did.
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Has that happened to you? Have you seen something like that crazy? Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's no standing anytime. Yo. Charlamagne?
Yes, sir.
Charlamagne? I have to tell you, bro, the donkey of the day that you gave to the lady, bro, listen to your donkey again.
Listen to it again?
Yeah. You said, all right, so you said that it was,
What?
Okay. You just hung up.
How you turn to French Montana? You said,
Hello, who's this?
What?
Nikisha all the way from Jamaica.
Nikisha from Jamaica. Good morning.
Wagwan.
Good morning. Wagwan. Yo, that girl there, idiot girl. What kind of joke that she make of the people in waiting?
Sing.
Not a funny
joke.
Okay.
That was an awkward joke. That was not called for.
At all.
No one laughed.
I agree that.
What would have happened at your wedding if that would have happened? What if one of your friends did that?
Well, I'm kind of laid back, kind of cool, so probably nothing wouldn't have happened. I probably would have said, girl, sit your ass down, but, it just awkward. I mean, a wedding is a serious thing, like...
Yes.
Yeah, that's
What if the joke would have been funny? Would it have been okay?
We would have laughed. We would have definitely laughed. Like, my husband and I, we're real laid back. Like, things like that don't really... We'd be like, we probably would have just laughed it off. But, yeah, you don't do that at a wedding, though. That's out of pocket.
I agree, Mama. Thank you. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Val.
Hey, Val. Good morning. Now, Val, have you seen this at a wedding before?
No, I never seen it at a wedding, and I've never been married, but I just feel like maybe it was just a little personal because, like, if I was putting myself in those shoes, I'd be like, okay, if it was my best friend and I have been best friends for like 20 years, and I've been knowing her man for like 15, I would have thought it was like hilarious. And I think she would have thought it was funny. But I think it was a little personal. They probably got things to talk about because for her to be that upset and for her to say something like that, I would have been fighting somebody.
Yeah, and I want to know if her sister's married. Because if her sister's not married, that could be some bitterness. That could be some hate disguised as jokes.
That's true, too. And what's the moral of the story?
And the moral of the story is, man, leave people alone at their goddamn wedding. Okay.
You could have made the joke at the reception.
Jesus, that's all I'm saying.
You
like
made the joke, after.
And I did read up about how the history behind "Speak Now, If Ever Hold Your Peace," and it says the phrasing can be removed if you're uncomfortable with it being in the script. I think we need to remove it because I don't understand why we're leaving, even that option open on the actual wedding day. Why? Object way prior to the actual day. Don't wait to the ceremony.
It's great in movies.
In movies, yes. Not in real life.
If you Google it, you'll see some funny ones, though. I ain't gonna front. If you just type it in, it some funny ones pop up. But anyway, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, man, and we do want to give condolences to the Miller family, Master P, to all his children, his ex-wife, and we'll tell you what happened.
Horrible, man.
Yes, with one of their family members.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Listen up. This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, but we do want to give our condolences to the Miller family. Master P posted, "Our family is dealing with an overwhelming grief for the loss of my daughter, Tatiana. We respectfully request some privacy that our family can grieve. We appreciate all of the prayers, love, and support. Mental illness and substance abuse is a real issue that we can't be afraid to talk about. With God, we will get through this." And then he put the hashtag #MyAngel. And Romeo Miller posted a similar message as well. He said, "I'm forever grateful for the memories I did have with my amazing sister. Love on your loved ones. Life is short." She was also featured on Growing Up Hip Hop, and they did detail some of her struggles with them, recommending that she go to rehab. Her father and her brother Romeo were very supportive of her. Here's a clip from that program.
I feel like that trip really opened my mind to see how I would miss you the most, because you were always here for me, and I just thought that trip stopped me from wanting to ever be in Hollywood scene with those celebrity friends. And I feel like I don't need to go to rehab. I feel like I could actually do good without rehab.
I mean, you say that, Tata, but on the serious side, I think we should get some professional help just to make sure you stay on track. So let's not say you don't want to go to rehab. I think you should at least try it, because I don't want you to go back to this.
That's horrible, man. Send the healing energy to the Miller family. Man. Losing a child, that's like you dying, Yeah. But yet you still breathing. So definitely sending healing energy to the Miller family, man. Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, bro.
The TMZ reported that law enforcement sources say paramedics arrived at a home in the San Fernando Valley at 2:30 a.m. Saturday, and that is where they found Tatiana Miller at the scene. And so, again, respect the prayers and the wish for privacy at this time.
Absolutely. Definitely condolences. And like you said, continue to pray for the family.
All right, now Dwayne Johnson's daughter, Simone, is facing some backlash, and that's ahead of her WWE debut, and that's because of her wrestling name. She changed her name to Ava Raine on Twitter Sunday. So that's The Rock's daughter, Simone. And I don't know why people should care what her moniker is, but some people feel like she should be more connected to her father. Somebody said giving Simone Johnson, the daughter of The Rock, a new name is completely nonsensical. We'll hold judgment until she debuts. But if WWE doesn't acknowledge her dad is The Rock, that's ridiculous. Now, Simone responded,
what?
I probably sound like a broken record, and hopefully this is the last I'll mention this, but I don't understand why people being portrayed as separate individuals from their family name is such a heated topic. A name doesn't discredit any prior accomplishments from any family. She said, I could build my entire career around my father and people would still bash me anyway.
Yeah, what you want her name to be? The Stone? The Boulder?
They were calling her Pebble.
But people know what's a daughter
The Pebble? The Pebble? Why would I want to be a Pebble?
Right.
First of all, that's disrespectful to call her a Pebble just why? Because she's a woman?
Stupid.
Like, who cares?
Call herself what she want to call herself. What you call The Rock,
This
too?
is so
Like,
silly to me that she came up with a name that she likes and that people have an issue with it.
I thought it was another Reign in WWE already anyway, though.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Roman Reign, right?
Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Roman Reign. All right, now let's also, since we're talking about names, talk about Texas Longhorn legend Ricky Williams. The 1998 Heisman Trophy winner decided to legally change his name to Eric Moran. He talked about this on the Dan Le Batard show with Stu Gott, saying that he did it about a year and a half ago. He got married to his wife, Linnea Moran, so he got rid of the Williams and changed his last name to his wife's last name. Here's what he had to say.
An attorney, so she can handle herself. But I'm the famous one. And so she's kind of been used to being like the hot shot around her friends, and she comes around me, and then people kind of forget that she exists. Okay. So there's a kind of an imbalance in the relationship, and it shows up in our astrological charts. And so I started thinking, what are things that I can do to help create more balance in the relationship? And one of the ideas that popped into my mind was, I can take her last name, you know? And I think as far as something that I can do to create a level of security and like commitment and not just talking about things, but proving that, you know, I'm here. And, you know, I've found that that's been really powerful in creating ease and intimacy and trust in my relationship.
I don't think that's balance. I think balance would be to have both names, like have, you know, her name and then your name hyphenated.
But I've heard this before though.
Moran Williams.
When let's say a woman doesn't, if she's an only child and doesn't want her last name to end.
Yeah.
In that situation, I have heard that before.
That's my wife. My wife has that because she's the only child. Her father's only child.
So she wants her last name to continue.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I want that too. I got 4 daughters. I don't have any sons, so I would like my daughter to have both names. I think people should have both names.
But he changed his last name. He didn't keep both.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's not balance. Balance would be to be, what's his name? Moran Williams.
Right.
That's balance.
Well, it's what his decision was. And part of it is also he did say that he is not totally sure who his dad's father is, which is where the last name Williams came into his family. So he said it's one of those family secrets. Williams isn't really his last name. And so he said he finds more meaning in his wife's last name than the name Williams.
Well, that's different.
Also.
See, we got to have the whole context. That's
so
different.
that's why I was giving you the whole context with that. He said that, and then he also added that as well.
The truth be, because the balance would be keep both names.
Right.
Like my wife has both her last names. I want my daughter to have both their last names. That's where the balance comes into play.
But he also said he took an astrology class with his wife, and relationship imbalances showed up in their charts. And so, you know, it's whatever she's happy with it, he's happy with it, and
your daughter have 3 last names.
Why?
Because you said she right now she'll have your last name and your wife's last name, and then when she gets married, it'll be that last name.
Maybe, but they don't. I mean, they don't have 3. They don't have 2 names now.
Oh,
so.
Well, that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Ye. Now, the People's Choice Mix is up next, 800-585-1051. Let me remind you, June 19th, Father's Day weekend, my car show. If you haven't got your tickets, I spoke to Trey this morning. I spoke to Lynn's Garage this morning. They on my ass, but we're going to have some fun, family fun. Get your tickets if you haven't got your tickets yet. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Unjunk your sleep right now with Mattress Firm's Hot Buys. Happening now. Queen mattresses starting at $169.99. Sleepy, Serta, Sealy, Beauty Rest, and more. All in stock for fast delivery. Visit a sleep expert at your local Mattress Firm store today.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, it's time to give away some money, the Daily Bread. Now, if you want your share of some bread, just go to breakfastclubonline.com and let us know what you would do with $1,000.
Yes, we mean